killer. I've been getting a lot of questions lately from some dudes on YouTube about my ultralight kit videos. People want to know what I'm carrying. How can I possibly go out on a 3-day trip with 22 pounds? This is a question I got from Cordell Marr this week. And you'll see I'm going to go through a weigh-in and go through my kit and show you. And the main difference is creature comforts. That's the main thing you're missing in an ultralight, multi-day hunting kit, is those creature comforts. I don't do a lot of stuff sacks. I don't do a tent. I don't do an elaborate stove system. I don't carry anything that I'm not going to need. And I don't want people to think that I'm unsafe or out there, without the gear that I need. But, it all depends on you. It all depends on the area where you hunt and how far you're walking and, what your water situation is. Water's a big one. Cordell, he's from California. I'm in western North Carolina. You can't walk 300 yards around here without crossing a stream. I mean, there's water everywhere. Water's not a concern. I don't need to carry a huge bladder that allows me to, store massive amounts of water overnight. And I'll get into all that as I go through the kit. It also depends on whether I'm solo or whether I'm going out with a group and I got people to take care of that don't spend as much time in the woods as I do, frankly. And I do that fairly often. But when it's just me, I don't need anything but my sleep system, my hunting pack, my gun, 3 days worth of food, a water filter, and that's really about it in my little alcohol cook kit. So I'll show it to you right now, and we'll start out with a weigh-in. Cool, stay with me. And so this is a representative bag of what I would go out with on a 2 to 3 day hunt by myself. We'll say it's rifle season, deer season, because it is right here in western North Carolina. And the weather forecast is forecasted to be good for the next 3 days. So it's not like I'm taking a whole lot of rain gear and stuff like that, because I know it's not going to rain. I do have what I need to get me through a surprise rain shower, but other than that, if it's not going to be wet weather, I don't carry a whole lot of stuff to protect me from the weather. So let's go ahead and weigh it in. First of all, we'll weigh me. And I promise you this is going to be a little more than it needs to be. Okay, 224.4. Now I got my knife and my backup knife in my pocket. Also got my Leatherman on my belt. Also got my cell phone on my belt. Alright. Now we'll put on our pack on this shoulder, our gun on this shoulder. And I just want to do all this in real time. I know this video is a little rough right now, but I'll get on tripod here in a minute. And hold on, I messed up. Come on, you piece of shit. Alright, zeroed out. And we'll step on. We got our gun and our pack. 251. So 224 and 251. We got 27 pounds. That's with everything. My water bottle is not full, but I generally drink a bottle of water before I leave the truck and then fill up first stream I hit. Okay? Cool. Plus I got 5 rounds of ammunition in my magazine here on my rifle. Alright, we'll show the rest of the setup now. Okay, so we'll start out with the pack itself. It's a 45 liter Outdoor Products Arrowhead 8.0 internal frame pack, and I took the frame stays out of it because frame packs are for people who can't pack an internal frameless pack correctly, and I can. I've had years of backpacking. I know how to pack a pack and where it will be comfortable without a frame. And also I know how to bone out a deer in the field to where I can put him in a trash bag inside that pack, carry him back to the truck, and then go back to camp. It's not. So, got my Browning Bar 2 Safari grade, 30 chambered in 30-06, 5 rounds of ammunition, 4 in the clip, 1 in the hole. Awesome rifle, but enough said about that. That could be any gun for any season for any animal. Start out with the pack. You know, I use my MSR water filter, but I also have one of these if you want to save weight and you go really ultralight. These Catadine micro filter water bottles are great, especially if you have the access to water that I do. And I realize some people don't, but around here you just dip this in the creek and drink. And with my cooking water, I just dip my pan in the creek. I usually camp by the creek or close to it, and then I have all the water that I need to cook because I'm going to boil it anyway. At night, if I'm camped away from the creek, I carry an extra 1 gallon Ziploc bag. I fill up that Ziploc bag with water. I take it, I lay it gently on the ground. When I wake up in the morning, I got water to make my coffee and breakfast with. Speaking of food, because that's the main limiting issue for most people, I only use food that is dehydrated, that I can reconstitute in boiling water. That's it. And as you see, here's breakfast for 2 days. Here's breakfast scrambled eggs with bacon for 1 day. And then I got 1, 2, 3, 4 dinner entrees, some dehydrated hamburger to add with those. There's 2 packs of chili there. I'll half and half in the bag of chili. Good to go. I also carry stuff that's non-cooked stuff. Granola bars. There's 3 or 4 granola bars, a couple Reese's cups, and 1, 2, 3, 4 packs of ramen noodles. I mean, that's plenty of food for me for 2 or 3 days. It really is. If I feeling like I need some protein or something, I just shoot a squirrel and cook them over the fire. My cook kit itself. Well, here's my hunting kit because it's on top. This is just a waist pack. You guys have seen that before if you watch my videos. In the front pocket, I got lights, I got a flashlight, a headlamp, and some flagging tape for trailing deer at night. Orange hat, gloves, got a space blanket, a poncho, a couple of hand warmers, map of the area I'm in, and a compass. I'm not too big on land nav because I don't need it. I usually know where I'm going. If I don't, I'll usually just spend a little time familiarizing myself with the area when I get there to make sure I can find my way back to camp at night. But it's not like I'm constantly pulling an azimuth everywhere I walk in the woods. It's pretty easy to navigate around here where I live because we're in the mountains. So that's my hunting. My cook kit is very simple. I have a Boy Scout pot. Inside of this Boy Scout pot, I have my soda can alcohol stove. This is the Rainbow stove. If you don't know what a Rainbow stove is, you need to check out Rainbow Hiker. All this stuff, all this ultralight stuff that I've learned over the last couple of years from YouTube, I've learned from 2 main sources about how to cut weight on your pack. Rainbow Hiker and Intense Angler. Those are the only 2 channels you need to watch to learn to shave weight off your pack. They got a lot of great information. So I got an alcohol stove. Inside that alcohol stove, I got about 2 tablespoons of salt in a little plastic container, a lighter, an expandable cup, a 1 Egg Wonder frying pan, and a metal windscreen. It's very simple, very effective, very lightweight for its capability. Also carry 8 ounces of denatured alcohol. Between that and my little campfire setups that I do, that takes care of all my cooking, no problem. Got a little first aid kit. It's just got some basic stuff here: bandages, tape, toothbrush, toothpaste. My toothbrush I cut in half. Every little gram counts. Let's see here. Just antacids and quick clot and headache medicine, cold medicine, a couple of alcohol wipes, and a couple of packs of galls. I also have a magnifying glass that's very capable of starting fire, just as a backup fire starter. And you'll find that reciprocity. I'm not as big on reciprocity as I am on. Or I'm not as big on having multiple items, backup items, as I am on having multi-use items. Items that can be used for several different things. Here's basically my only creature comfort kit. I got some coffee, enough for 3 days. I got a fire kit, a roll of electrical tape, a pot grabber, a couple of paper towels, a sharpening stone, some oil for my pancake mix, and some syrup for my pancakes. That's about it on creature comforts. I got a couple different trash bags in here. Those will be used to line my pack to carry out the bone deer when I get one. Alright, clothes. It's your number one cover item, right? It's your number one weather barrier. I will wear my jacket, I will wear my Gore-Tex pants, or I will roll my Gore-Tex pants up and tie them to this pack and wear my jacket, especially right now, it's cooler weather. I only carry, the only clothes that I'm wearing, especially during rifle season when I'm not that concerned with scent, is the pants, shirt, sweatshirt that I wear, the underwear that I wear, the socks and boots that I wear, and that jacket and pants. That's it. So in my clothing bag, all I carry is a pair of socks, a pair of underwear, a t-shirt, and my inflatable pillow. That's it. That's all I carry with me. Extra clothes. You see a trend here of not carrying stuff that you don't really need. Some people do need it, and that's fine for your area. It may be 0 degrees at night where you're sleeping. It's only going to be, the coldest night that I'm ever going to be out here during deer season is going to be about 20 degrees. 50 foot of cord, kind of self-explanatory. This is my ground cloth. It's 4 feet by 6 feet. 4 feet by 7 feet. It's just a piece of black poly. It weighs nothing. It works fine to keep moisture off your sleeping bag. My tarp. This is just a representative tarp. I do use this tarp sometimes, but mostly I use my camouflage one, which is in another pack right now. But this is a 6x8 poly tarp. Probably weighs a pound. Another trash bag. And then I got my inner bag from the military cold weather sleep system, the MSS military whatever sleep system. The modular, so it's MMS, the military modular sleep system. It's got a green jungle bag, a black intermediate bag, and a bivy bag. And to be honest with you guys, the only bag that I really ever use is this one. The bivy bag and the jungle bag sits in my closet all the time, never gets used. It's great if you're going to be out and it's 20 below, but for anything from 15 degrees, if you're wearing your clothes and you got hand warmers to put in your sleeping bag, or anything from 15 degrees to 50 degrees, this one covers it all. And then to make up the framework of my pack, I just use my sleeping pad. I roll it up, and I stuff everything down in here. Now you notice, none of this stuff's in stuff sacks. None of this stuff has packages that pack it all up together. I don't have a food bag and a mess kit bag and a fire kit bag, and my fire kit's a dip can. It's all I need. That is where weight savings really comes in, is not having tents, frames, tent poles, pegs. I don't carry any pegs. I don't need pegs. I use 3 pegs for that tarp on a plow point configuration, and I make those in the woods. No big deal. And that's the kind of places where you save weight. Now this and the inflatable pillow is a decently comfortable setup. If you need more cushion, if you're on harder, rockier ground, you just have to use leaves and pine straw and whatever you can find out there, grass, and gather you up a big pile of leaves, lay your ground sheet on top of that, lay this on top of your ground sheet, blow up your pillow, spread out your sleeping bag, and rough it. I'm roughing it. I'm not out there trying to have the most comfortable 3 days of camping. I'm out there trying to have the most lightweight, high capability gear that I can afford, so I can enjoy my hunt. I'm a hunter. and you know, it makes a big difference in your kit mentality. So that's it. You know, it's mostly food, not very much clothing, and my sleep system, and my hunting gear. Just a little bit of minimal hunting gear with my rifle, you know. And for 25 pounds, with that much food, you know, I can go for days, no problem. It's just not a problem for me. But anyway, just wanted to give you a quick rundown of my gear that I would take on a super ultralight hunting trip. Base pack weight, you know, that gun probably weighs 8 or 9 pounds. That's a big old heavy Browning rifle. I've never weighed it by itself, but it probably weighs in the 8-pound range. So, you know, my base pack weight with food and fuel, you know, is around 16, 17 pounds, and it has been for a couple of years now. And like I say, I take out heavier packs, but the only time I flirt around with the 30 and 40 and 50 pound range is when I'm carrying a saw and an axe and you know, things of that nature, when I'm going to be out there processing a lot of firewood, stuff like that. And I rarely do that, to be honest with you. Most of the time I go out there, everything all inclusive that I carry, every single thing around the 25 pound range. It's just a matter of what you're used to and how little you're willing to roll with. You know, you got to have a tarp that's big enough for you. I'm a short guy. I'm only 5'9", so 5'9", 5'10". But and like I said, depending on your area, how far you have to walk, how much water you have access to, and how much food you need per day, this could all change for you. But for me, you know, this is a 15-pound base weight kit that goes up to 25 pounds with my hunting kit, and it just plain works. You know, I have my fire right there where the camera is, not too close to where I have to breathe smoke all night, but in super cold weather, close enough to where I can get a little warmth in here from it. Throw a couple of those hand warmer packs in my sleeping bag, sleep with my clothes on, I'm good. I don't care how cold it gets. So anyway, hope this helps somebody out there on their journey to lower their pack weight. And with that, guys, we'll see you on the next one.